Welcome, welcome. We're at it again with another episode, another installment of our ongoing cocktail series here for Alley 26. We've got a couple new syrups here, the Orgeat, which is almond milk and sugar and orange and clove, and our house-made ginger syrup as well. Both of these are delicious and we're really happy to be using them. We're gonna make a drink for you in this episode called the Soft Landing. And I think you're gonna be able to figure out why we're calling it that. Also, this drink is kind of cool. It's a mix, it's an egg white cocktail, so think Ramos Gin Fizz or Clover Club, but really at heart it's a whiskey sour. So it's in the long running tradition of dolled up whiskey sours because they're delicious. So let's start this real quick. We're gonna use a 1/4 ounce of our Orgeat. Now our Orgeat, like I said, it's almond milk. It's really simple. With just a hint of orange. Orange loves bourbon. This is going to work out just fine. So 1/4 ounce of that. And with all our syrups, as I said before, you got to make sure you just turn them up, make sure they're integrated. And this is our house-made ginger and bourbon. I don't know, it's so crazy, it just might work. And then some fresh lemon juice. We're going to use 1/2 ounce of lemon and 1/2 ounce of orange juice. Fresh juice, of course, is best. Then we're going to sneak in 1/2 ounce of Carpano Antica. You could substitute a different red vermouth if you like. I like all the vanilla in this guy for bourbon. And then last but not least, bourbon. We're using Woodford. This is just north of 90 proof. And it's a traditional mash bill, I believe. So we're using 1.5 ounces of that. It's nice and lean. It's not, a lot of times, a lot of the new bourbons are nice and really, really soft. And that is really easy if you're already drinking, if you're just drinking them straight or on the rocks. I like for cocktails that I'm making, especially with all these ingredients, to make sure that the whiskey has enough proof. In this case, 90 is about as low as I'd want to go to kind of stand up to all of this stuff. Because the last thing we want to do is make a whiskey cocktail that you don't know is a whiskey cocktail, especially if we're going to bother flattering it with the flavors that whiskey likes. Bourbon in particular likes orange. Okay, so then we're going to go ahead and shake. Now, often or traditionally, or when I started doing this, you used to put all the ingredients, including the egg white, in the tin and then shake it without the ice, and that was called the dry shake. The way I do it now is sometimes people call it a reverse dry shake, because I'm going to shake everything besides the egg white first with the ice, then strain the ice off, and then add the egg white. The reason I do this is because for years I've been describing to people that used to be scared of drinking egg white cocktails. Think of the egg white as meringue. It's not for flavor, it's for texture. But when I make meringue, I don't do it in a warm bowl. So why would I put the egg white in here warm and then shake it all for a long time? And also, if it's cold, the egg white seems, in my opinion, to froth up faster. So it ends up being better and easier. You want to give it a good shake. And quick strain. When you're making cocktails at home, it's important to remember, once the ice is involved, you're kind of on the clock, right? So you shake for as long as you want it to be shaking, but don't shake a drink and put it down and go wandering around looking for a glass, because all that time you're wandering around, the drink is over diluting. So make sure you're ready from the moment you put the ice on for as long as you want to deal with that drink. And now the egg white. Now when you're shaking the actual egg white in there, you're not shaking for force or veracity. Just make sure you have a nice longer stroke. I'm just basically bouncing this. You don't have to put your back into it or anything. what you're doing is feeling. You're feeling for it being airy, cloudy. Some people describe it as. You don't really need it to. It's as cold as it's going to get already because you've already taken the ice off. Now you're just hoping for it to get fluffy, and you can feel it. If you're just doing it, you can just kind of feel all of a sudden the texture. The drink inside starts to get cloudy or fluffy. There you go. Grab our glass real quick. Last but not least, we're going to put a little Angostura Bitters right on top. Now, bitters, I'm sure you've seen these before, bitters. All of our these guys, they're all officially known as non-potable, meaning don't just drink them straight, aromatic bitters. So when we put them in the drink, we're putting them in there for bitter. And that bitter there, a lot of the things we mix with, as you know, are syrups. They're sweet. So bitters are really good in a drink sometimes in lieu of, say, citrus to balance that drink. Now, if we're putting them on top, like we're going to do here, we're not really putting them in there for the bitterness. We're putting them on there for the nose. So Angostura specifically, which I've replaced into this bottle because I like this bottle better. At home, I have this bottle, but at the bar, I like this bottle because it's the same size as my other ones. We put this on top because Angostura has a lot of clove and allspice, which go really, really well with whiskey. And there you have it. Enjoy a nice soft landing.